Before we open up to questions, I'm going to turn it over to you, Martin.
Okay. Not what I expected. That's about the most nervous I've ever been coming in here. But obviously, if you've, I guess the news has been on the internet all week, so you guys already know. I don't even know why I'm here, but no, honestly, here just to let y'all know that I will not be back full-time next year, but excited about the rest of the year, obviously, and it means the world to me to see Johnny Morris here. He's been, a huge supporter of mine, and I wouldn't have been able to do, any of the things I've been able to do without him being behind me 21 years. So it's been incredible. It's been a hell of a ride. I'm excited about the future, and not really sure what that looks like yet, but feel good about my decision, and I just want to thank Coach and everybody at JGR Toyota. They've been absolutely amazing to to be able to win a championship is something I always dreamed of, and to be able to get that done was amazing. And just feel really lucky to be surrounded by a lot of great people over the years. So to all the guys I've worked with, crew members, crew chiefs, team owners, you name it across the board, it's been a true honor, and I'll miss all those people for sure. But I won't be gone. I'll be around still, and we're going to do some stuff together, have some fun, and enjoy life a little bit and wind down.
Awesome. And Coach, I'll turn it over to you too.
Well, obviously, everybody has such great respect for Martin, and I did everything I could to keep it going. I think we got two 43-year-olds that are top of the game right now. But just when you think about this guy, he's won 34 races, 32 of them in a Toyota, which is great. He even started researching it. He won a truck race in a Toyota, so that was awesome. He's got the 32 wins, and of course, 2 Xfinity championships. He won those back-to-back. 2017 Cup Championship. And so through all of those, it's been just absolutely great working with him. I think everybody knows Martin's reputation, a real gentleman, great competitor, and it's obviously something that's going to be a big deal for us and a big loss. So we talked about Johnny. I can tell you that Johnny cares about a lot of things. Family first, but then he cares about America and our country. And that's reflected on our race cars from time to time. You can see it. He cares about America. I think the other thing that Johnny cares about is veterans and all those that have sacrificed for our country. And I love the fact that we get to fly those colors lots of times and honor the veterans. So that we know that that's a huge deal for him, and it's a huge deal for us too. And then the outdoors. There's one thing about it. Normally when I try and find Martin, he's someplace with Johnny. And so I've kind of got used to that. But they love the outdoors, and that's a big deal too for us. Now, to tell you a little story on that, 2 years ago, if you remember, we're at Martinsville, and the 19 cars fighting to get in the playoffs. And so, and we did it. Somehow we did it. So we get in the playoffs. I'm there. I get a phone call from Johnny. And so I said, Johnny, we made it. And he said, yeah, I know. And he's talking to me, and he's whispering the whole time. And so I went, Johnny, why are you whispering? He goes, I'm in a deer blind. And then, of course, he tortures me. He sends me pictures of streams and lakes and everything. I'll be working on the weekend, and Johnny is someplace outdoors enjoying everything. So just had a great time with Johnny. Obviously, Auto Owners 2 has been a big part of Martin. Matter of fact, I think he was today earlier. A lot of their agents across the country. And when you see that big A coming at you, you know it's Auto Owners. And that's been a big deal, sponsoring Martin and us. And, of course, that's been terrific for us. We also have racers. Mark is a racer himself. And selling all their products in delis and groceries all across the country. We really appreciate them and all they've done for our team. We always mention Interstate because they're our founding sponsor, and that's a huge deal for us. And, of course, Toyota. I don't think any of us would be here if it wasn't for Toyota. Now, there's some good news in all this. The great thing is Martin is going to continue with us. He's going to be an ambassador for us, work on different projects and different things. We haven't talked about all of it yet, but I think there'll be a lot. And if you noticed when he originally teed everything up, he said, I won't be racing full time. So we might be able to talk him into a few things there too. His teammates are all here, the drivers. They're in the background there. You got Denny, Christopher, and Ty. So they're here to kind of celebrate this time. And, of course, James and the whole 19 team, they're working hard. They're probably someplace. But that's a huge deal for him, too. So for all of us, I think that what we're really excited about is Martin continuing with us in the future. So I'm sure I'm probably going to have to find him someplace in a boat or with Johnny in a tree blind someplace. But we're going to run him down, and so we're excited about the future. And I've talked a little too much, but it's all important to us. And all those people that I just mentioned is a big deal for all of us. So we're going to continue our relationship going forward. We're excited about that.
Just gonna interrupt you for. I just wanted to come here to talk you out of doing what you said here. I just wanted to come here for a family. I'm talking about JP, Kelly, but the whole Bass Pro family. 21 years, and I just remember Martin as the first time we ever had opportunity to really be on the hood of a car, especially for a season. And Dale Jr. picked out Martin. It was Chance 2 Motorsports, Dale and Kelly, and they picked this guy, Martin Truex. I met him in a tent in Atlanta. And you can have dreams in life. We all have dreams. Sometimes they come true, a lot of times they don't. This is a dream come true for everybody in our company, Martin. And you mean to have, if you want to dream about a big fish or to be a champion racing, one thing I just tell everybody, what you know, like when you align with somebody, it's like our whole family. All these 21 years, not one time can I ever think when you did anything to not make us, not just disappoint us, but not to make us fully proud of you, buddy, every way. And with our customers too, your love of the outdoors, going to conservation events all the time, and then too, just the excitement of every race, having a chance to win or be up front. Coach, I know you've done everything to keep this guy. And Martin, no regrets, buddy. Just be happy and know you make all of us so happy, so proud. And I just wanted to come here, not just for me, but everybody in the Bass Pro family, Tracker family, our dealers, everybody, just to say thank you very much and congratulations on a heck of a run, buddy.
That's awesome. That's great.
You too, Coach. Thank you guys
Thank
very
you, man.
much. We
Yeah,
appreciate
you
it.
bet.
All right.
I did have a conversation with Martin. I told him, you do realize every guy in America that's your age wants to do what you're doing. Race cars, make a ton of money. I know that for a fact, and have all the fun. So anyway.
Thank you, guys. We're going to open it up to questions from the media. Raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic. We'll start here in the front row with Bob and go across, and then we'll go to Lee.
Bob Parkhurst, Fox Sports. Martin, why now?
Just felt like the right time for me. Honestly, I thought about it a lot the past few seasons, and just waited for that feeling in my mind to be positive. Like, this is okay. I'm good. I'm good. I want to do something else, and something just felt different this year for me, and I felt like it was time to slow down and do something else. It's been a great ride, though, obviously.
Does performance have anything to do with it?
No, I mean, I don't really. It doesn't. We've had some disappointments this year for sure, but I mean, it's not enough to it's not enough to make you stop doing what you want to do. So, yeah, totally not related to performance in any way, shape, or form.
We'll go Jeff, Dustin, Jordan, then Lee.
Before you had all your successes 13 years ago, you were asked about what you want your retirement story to say about you. You said that I was a good competitor, I was a good driver, and I didn't leave anything on the table. At the end of the day, as long as I'm happy with what I've done, that's the biggest thing. But just have the respect of your peers and competitors is important. So now that you are where you are today, is that how you feel?
Yeah, 100%. I would say I've achieved more than I ever thought I would. That being said, there's a lot of heartbreakers. There's a lot of things you go back and think about, like, man, if that had turned out different. But a championship, 3 runner-ups in this format. I mean, I feel like really good. I'm proud of what I've done. I feel like I gave it everything I had, and I feel like I was really, really good at what I did. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm content. I feel good. I'm happy. I feel good about this.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Martin, when did you finally come up with this decision? Has this been recently, or you've been sitting on this for a while?
I've known for a few weeks, obviously. We've known for a few weeks. I was leaning that way most of the season. I was leaning that direction, but I wasn't totally sure. So it just took a while to think about it all, and it's a big decision. It's a lot. It affects not just me, it affects a lot of people. And, again, that's the toughest part. You don't want to let people down. I've been, 21 years I've done this. I've never missed a race. I've never missed a practice. I've never been late for anything. I've never missed an appearance. I mean, you live your life by a schedule that somebody makes for you, and it's just time for me to make my own schedule. It's really as simple as that's really what it boils down for. To me, is I want to go do the things I want to do, and I don't want anyone to tell me when I can and when I can't do those things. And I still love racing. I'm still going to race some. I don't know what, when, how, why. I don't know any of that yet. I'm going to figure that out. But I feel very fortunate to be in this position, be able to make this decision on my own terms. It's something that was always something that I wanted to be able to do. Because there was times in my career where I didn't know if I was going to have a job next year or in 6 months or whatever. So it's just a good feeling to be able to make your own way, do the things you want to do, and that's kind of what led me to this.
What was it like to tell Joe, or to officially tell the organization? Because obviously, we've known you've gone back and forth the last couple of years and thought about this, but when you finally tell the organization, there's no going back from that. So you talk about being nervous in here today. What was that like, informing the team and making that decision that day?
Yeah, it wasn't. Coach and I have talked about it a lot recently, and so it wasn't that hard. He's been amazing through all this. Just being on my side and wanting me to do what I want to do. It is tough. It's tough to let people feel like you're letting people down, but at the same time, I feel like I've got great relationship with everyone on our team, all of our guys on the 19 especially, and but Coach has been awesome. Helped me work through it, and he would always make me a list of pros and cons, and his list of pros was always longer than mine.
I think the last time I had 9 pluses and 2 minuses.
Yeah, but no, honestly, it really wasn't that hard because I'm very comfortable with him and the guys.
Okay, we'll go Jordan, Lee, and then Kelly, and then Nate.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. You've talked over the years as you've kind of gone over this decision about wanting to be competitive and having fun. Obviously, you're still competitive. The numbers bear that out. Are you not having as much fun as you once did?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I don't, it's hard to explain. I have my reasons. I have, like I said, I feel really good about this, and this is what I want to do, so, yeah.
And then, Joe, the natural question is you're going to need a driver for that team next year. What are you looking for in a driver?
Yeah, we're still working on all that, and so we just want to focus right now on Martin, and all that stuff will take place later on. So we're thrilled to kind of be here and support him. All of our guys are here. Martin means a lot to us. So he used to sit in those competition meetings, and he would sit in there, and a couple of our drivers would be, and I would look over at Martin, he would go. Martin didn't say a lot, but when he said it, it meant a lot to us.
Go to Lee.
Lee Spencer, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio and Catchfence.com. I'm curious, you know, you grew up as a second-generation racer, and when you followed your father's footsteps, could you have thought back then that, you know, you would be a Cup champion one day, that you would have all these wins, you would win at, you know, several home tracks of yours? I mean, just all the things that your dad maybe didn't get to do that you did.
Yeah, no, for sure. I never thought of that. You know, when I was, you know, running up in the North Series in my dad's cars, I was honestly moving to North Carolina and racing cars for a living was never on my radar. It wasn't. It was on my dad's radar, I guess, because he was talking to people and whatnot. But I was just working on cars, building race cars, and trying to go fast and win races, and that all kind of played out. So thinking back to all those memories, just it's amazing to you know, talking to Johnny, talking about, you know, the memories we've shared together and the you know, great wins we've had over the years. I never dreamed of any of this. Just very, very, very lucky.
We're going to go to Kelly, Nate, and then Zach.
Kelly, CrandallRacer.com. Martin, what or why were you the most nervous coming in here today?
I don't know. I mean, I'm never usually nervous when I come in here, and it's kind of a big deal. So I guess that's why I didn't really know what I was going to say or what I was going to get asked. I'm sure, you know, a lot of people are going to have their opinions, and that's part of it. But yeah, I don't know. It's a big deal, I guess.
Do you anticipate the second half of this year, now that this is out there, you know what you're doing, it's done and over with, do you anticipate the second half of this season feeling any different? Are you looking at the second half any different going forward now?
I mean, I'm not going to approach it any differently. I don't expect my team to either. I don't think they will. I think it's business as usual as far as, you know, when we're at the track. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it'll feel different, like, you know, knowing that I'll be going to tracks for the last time or whatever, you know, in a Cup car now. So I'm not sure what it's going to be like, but I'm going to try to enjoy it.
We're going to go to Nate, Zach, and then Caleb.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Martin, you said that you just want to slow down and do something else, and you said you want it to be so that people aren't telling you the things that you can't do the things you want to do. So what's the something else? Like, what are the other things that you want to do? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as just not having a crazy schedule where, you know, 40 weekends I'm at a racetrack. So that's part of it, you know. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing yet, aside from the fun stuff I like to do away from the racetrack. But
what's that, like just fishing? Or?
Yeah, hunting, fishing, hanging out with friends. Like everyone in my family that's ever gotten married, I miss their wedding. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a life. You're married to racing. This is all you do, Monday till Sunday. That's all you do. So it's just going to be interesting to lead kind of a normal life for a little while and see what that's like. It's been, you know, I've never done that.
Are you worried at all about, you know, you hear when drivers retire, they miss the competitive juices, the passion?
He's got Xfinity cars.
Okay.
Coach, on board. I want to go race. Let's go.
So you'll still be able to
we're working
fulfill
on that.
Yeah.
One for you, Joe. You're known as a persuasive individual, I think, and you've been down this road, I think, with Martin the last couple of years. Martin said that he felt like this was the right year. Did you feel that? Did you feel like you weren't going to be able to talk him out of it this time?
Well, it was always up to Martin, and, you know, we talked other years. Martin, I think, thought about things, and I think it was just different this year. And I could kind of tell when I called him to get the final result, he was totally relaxed. And so I could read that in him. And so, yeah, we're excited about going forward. I think now he's going to have a lot of opportunities, and some of them with us. And so I think as much as anything, he'll be setting his own schedule and kind of doing whatever he wants to do.
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. Martin, you were in contention to win at Sonoma last week. Knowing that you've known this for a few weeks now, obviously there's been no loss in that competitive edge. How do you go forward from here, kind of balancing remaining on top of your game, but also either cherishing or relishing the moments to come here, knowing that, like you said, that these are going to be some of your last visits to race there in a Cup car?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do my job and do what I've always done. I don't again, I don't think anything changes here. I'm here to win this weekend, and I'm going to do the best job I can do. So, I don't know. I don't really overthink all these things. I just make a decision, do my thing, and go out and race and try to enjoy it and do a good job for the team. So we've got a great team, great cars, and we can win some races. That's the goal.
Caleb Vessel, SpeedwayDigest.com. Martin, when the checker flag flies in Phoenix, what do you feel like after this 19-year career? What do you feel like you'll miss the most?
Probably just the people, just hanging out with the guys and going to dinner, talking about the race car or talking about the race on the way home from the on the way home in the plane or something like that. It's always fun.
Do we have any final questions? Look back up to Bob and then to Philip.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. I have two. Martin, is this an emotional day for you, or is it just another?
I'm not really that emotional, but I'm not sure. It hasn't really sunk in yet, honestly. I don't really know. Looking forward to getting in the car.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.